Tony.
Gosh, Zuxor.
Zusor.
These names are always tough for me. King 8. It does have showdown value, so he doesn't necessarily need to bet. Gosh, Zuxor.
Zusor.
These but names in this spot, he will need to if he wants to try and win this pot. I think if he bets, Meyer would probably fold, is my guess.
$3.3 million out there. $1.7 is the bet.
It's about half pot, right? It's a tough spot. Your opponent. So if your opponent's bluffing here, they need to have like a 8x or a 9x hand. That's because a flush got there. You know, he could be value. The other guy could be value betting like Jack 8, Jack 9. That check called a flop. There's a lot of hands that there's not that many bluffs. Because if your opponent has a pair of 6s or 7s themselves, they wouldn't be betting here for value. They would just be checking and hoping to get the showdown cheaply. So I think the 7-8 it's a really tough spot unless you know a lot about your opponent. He's too curious.
Well, we saw his curiosity get to him a little while back, but that was a much smaller pot. But he is going to look it up, and he is going to like what he sees. It's got to really boost you when you make one of those tough calls and you get it right. It must be hard not to jump up and down for a little while.
I'm not sure why he's still in his seat. I'd be like jumping around.
I would have been up
yes,
to the...
I made the right call.
Yeah. I would have gone up and high-fived the water cooler at the end of the room and back again by now. I'm glad we've got a decent rail out there, because obviously we spoke about this a while ago, is when we saw how deep the players were at the end of yesterday, we had this horrible feeling about having a kind of a 3 in the morning end, and that it would be horrible to have the big send-off for the European Poker Tour with sort of 6 people in the room hoovering and putting the chairs up on the table. So it's great that we've got such a nice active rail out there.
He's still going with the raising strategy.
Yeah, it's worked for him so far.
So where are we at? 45 minutes left to play on the level?
Yes, indeed we are, sir. Yep. Deal has been done. 50 grand on the side.
Finally.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, until that piece of paper was signed and everyone had shaken hands, I didn't want to trust it was ironclad. But we know where we are.
So generally speaking, it's pretty okay to defend any 2 suited cards against a small race.
Yeah, not an awesome flop for the 8-3, but great news for Jasper.
So a little bit bigger than normal for him, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It is interesting. He really does seem to mix it up. His amounts, his calling, is constantly moving.
So where are we at now? Hand number 157. So this is what? Nearly the 30th hand of heads-up play.
It's amazing, really, just what a roller coaster it's been since the heads up kicked in. Dominated hand here. Queen 8 versus Queen 4. Jasper slightly ahead.
$9.95 on the flop.
Let's see if he c-bets here. I think he is. One of those flops where like, well, I didn't hit anything, but you probably didn't hit anything either. Well, he did let him get there, but he picked up a flush draw.
True. Yeah, I guess it's the card that perhaps helps Jasper make the bet, but also helps Martin make the call.
And the queen on the river means they're both chopping.
Well, that's slightly
That is a chop. That is a chop. It's like, what are you talking about? Free pair. I would probably bet here if I was Jasper. It's just like, hope your opponent has an 8.
$3.1 million. This is probably going to get called, right, Randy?
Yeah, pretty snap call-y. It's like you're never really raising here for value because your opponent can easily have like a 9 or like 6, 7 or 10 jack in their hand. So why raise just in case they have those hands? He's not folding. There's no way. It would be bizarre. I would just leave right now, guys.
Welcome to our world when you're so sure of something and then the complete opposite happens. No, I think, yeah, wait and see, that's the call. Well, James, they're going to pretty much take all of the chips and then they're going to divide them equally between the players.
Now, roll with us on this one, Randy, because this could be...
He's not trying to muck, is he?
No, don't worry. Now, this could be the last chop pot on the EPT. We don't know if we're going to see another during this heads-up battle. So, for one last time on the European Poker Tour, possibly, you know what they say? Everyone loves a chop pot.
Yes.
Három párja volt, nekem csak kettő.
Get in.
De megkaptam a felét.
By the way, a few people on Twitch that missed the deal were asking for the details, just to let you know. So Jasper tied up 649,300 euros. Martin Zuzor got 630 exactly. They're playing for 50k on the side and, of course, the trophy and, of course, that last EPT title.
So, first deal negotiations were three-handed, fell apart. David Peters wanted too much equity.
Yep.
Deal negotiations, when they originally went heads up, fell apart. The chip disparity was too great. Souza wasn't getting enough above second place prize money. The third ones weren't exactly easy, but I'm glad they got there in the end.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And poor old Jasper never got his 700. And I love that Martin's explanation was, well, the 700's in the 50, so you kind of get it if you win. It's like,
yeah.
It's not really the same thing, is it?
It's nice try, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for humoring me.
Another raise coming in. Let's see what the big blind's got.
Yep, it's a Jack 8 for Martin and the Jack 3. A fast fold from Jasper Mayer.
Taking us to hand number 160. Tell you what, Randy, just stay with us for a couple more hands and then we'll allow you to go back to whatever it is you do on a Monday.
Play poker.
No.
Poker stars coming on.
You do surprise us.
Seven.
Give me some fireworks before I go.
Well, we make no promises. But you never know. Just cross your fingers and hope for lots of clubs. Okay. Well, it's not
One
quite.
club, though.
Yeah, one club. It's the beginning of a dream, but it's not much.
Hello, Ace.
Yeah.
Good check back. Now he's gonna bet here. The question is the 10-2 calling?
What do you think?
I think he should, but he might. Nope. I think he will. He'll call for sure.
Oh, brilliant. Genius. Genius. Now
I love
close
that.
your
Wait,
eyes.
Gotta
wait
wait.
for the guy to reach for chips and then make a binding answer.
Loving your work, Randy.
Thanks.
Peter points out on Twitter, it did look like Suzor was going to muck his hand in that chop pot.
Yes. He would have done it just to deprive us one last sing-song.
Myers' value bet on the river is close to 2 million, 1.95.
It's a sizable bet. He's trying to represent a miss flush draw type hand.
Roughly
That-
2/3 pot.
So now he's just deciding like how many missed draws does he have here? Does he bet queen jack, king queen, heart draws again? Nice fold.
Nice fold indeed, sir. Jasper up to 24.5 million.
Okay, one more hand, Randy, then I promise you can play poker rather than talk about it.
Well, the good part is that I won't be folding no chop pots on accident, or trying to.
That's the beauty of online poker, right?
That's right.
81 bigs for Maya, 35 bigs for Suzor. And still 36 minutes to play at the 150-300 blind level. Suzor has ace 10. And that is a raise to 700,000. Maya. That's Queen Jack suited. So pretty. Or might prefer it suited in hearts.
More of a spades man myself.
Suited hearts would be bad right now. That's a suit domination. Come on.
Interesting. Maya elects to 3-bet with this hand, 2.1 million.
I mean, he's probably going to call this 3-bet. It is mixing it up, though. I actually thought he was just going to call.
No, we did say distinctly a few hands back is Jasper Maya seems to have as many moves as he needs. Very hard to pin him down for any specific habits.
I would be calling this re-raise unless I knew Meyer was re-raising me a lot. Then I probably would just go all in myself. But I think at this point, calling is going to be the best play.
Like 10.
Suzor will
Yeah.
play the flop
Okay,
in
okay.
position.
No, I think a bit less than 10 behind.
Sorry?
I
Wow.
think a bit
Oh
less than
my word. Ace, King 10 on the flop. The
said
spades
one
don't
more hand?
matter.
8, like...
Maya flops Broadway.
Eight,
Suzor
yeah.
2-pair.
8 to 2. Okay, thank you.
He should bet here. There's a lot of bad cards. Whether it's a queen, a jack, a spade, you know, like, he should bet.
How does no
Don't
one have a spade here? Remember, Maya 3-bet pre. He has the pre-flop betting lead. He continues for 2.6 million, and Suzor surely going nowhere.
I think he's gonna go all in. Because there's not too much chips behind. Like, what are you gonna do? Call and hope spade doesn't roll off, or queen or jack? This is a sick cooler. It's just like, is he just calling or?
Looks like it to me. 1, 2, 6 in his little stack there.
I mean, ace 10's a great hand, but he is worried like, oh man, ace king is there and all these hands. But if your opponent's going 3-bet you have ace queen, ace jack, like ace 10 is just too strong.
Here comes the call. 9.5 million in the middle now.
Saved.
Robert Needham says this is the last hand of the EPT ever. John Delano says this is over. I don't see anyone going broke here. Not with 4
Not over
spades on board.
anymore. Yeah, no. They both want to get the showdown quickly. They really want to get the showdown now.
Oh, I guess we are going to be singing again.
That just occurred to me. We just don't get many of these heads up, but wow.
Wow, talk about over-promising and under-delivering. What did he say?
All in.
Wow, Maya
oh,
shoves
yes.
on him.
Royal flush representing?
Wow, that's
Maybe
incredible.
he thinks he has a royal flush. The red card, I guess it's kind of hard too. This is great.
And Suzor can't call, surely.
No, you can't. For your tournament live too? I mean, there's 6 million left. There was 10 million in pot before he shoved. It's a half pot shove.
Suzor folds.
Yes.
Credit to Jasper Meyer for pulling off that move. And Randy, I'm glad you stayed with us for that one last hand.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Randy Liu from Team Pro Online, thank you very much for the analysis in this heads-up battle here in Prague.
Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.
See you in the Bahamas. Cheers, Randy.
Cheers.
Well, look at that now. 29.5 million for Maya, 6.2 million for Suzor. 100 big blinds plays 20 big blinds. Huge lead for the Dutchman.
Got a feel for Zuzo. Worked so hard since we came back
Like
in
8 now?
for the heads up.
More like